good morning. Welcome to this next iced coffee date. We are going to talk about week 11 of this 12-week cut. For the love of God, I can't wait for this thing to be over. I'm over it, guys. Diet fatigue has set in, and as I talked about last week on week 10, I should have made this cut a little bit shorter as far as timing goes. I'm gonna finish it out. I'm still doing what I need to do. And yes, I logged a few things this week. I was probably a little bit more on top of the nutrition, although I feel like it was kind of like highs and lows, where there was like definitely days I was like, yes, getting the protein in, getting my fiber in, being on top of it. And then we had a double birthday weekend where we celebrated Quinn's birthday and then we celebrated Murphy's birthday. So we had two parties 2 days in a row, and lots of cupcake, lots of burgers, lots of, not that many drinks. I haven't really been drinking too much alcohol lately, but a lot of treats for sure. So highs and lows for sure. So today I was going to talk about just the end of the cut. If this was like the perfect world, like what I would be doing in the perfect cut, like working with a client, this is where we would be cutting calories for sure. You would be getting, lower and lower on the calories. Me personally, I don't know, just eating below 2,000 calories just like doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel good. And I don't know, I just feel like going below 2,000 calories is just going to, it's not going to benefit me in any way, in the sense that like I'm already not able to work out and not strength train. So, what I'm seeing on the scale, like as far as loss goes, I just keep thinking muscle. I'm losing muscle. Like I'm not that excited when I see the scale goes down. Like maybe a little bit, because I'm like, ooh, I'm losing fat, but I'm also like, you are losing muscle. Like I'm doing like practically nothing as far as fitness goes. So to undereat and not strength train, it just doesn't sit well with me. You know what I mean? Like I worked hard for this muscle, and to like undereat and not strength train, like you're just asking to lose more and more muscle. So I don't know. I just can't do it. I just like don't want to eat, low calories, because I like want to maintain as much muscle as possible. So I'm still seeing results on the scale. We went down over a pound this week, which, could be water weight. Go back to my post in my feed about water weight, but the scale dropped to 136.6, so that's the lowest number I've seen on the scale, which yes, yay, could be fat loss, but I'm also like, you're losing muscle, girlfriend. Like the scale is like going down, but it's not for the reasons you want it to go down. So I don't know, like still seeing that progress. It'll be interesting to see when I do the in-body, like where things shake out as far as like fat loss versus muscle loss, but I'm gonna wait till the end of this cut to really see like the full picture as far as like what happened. So this week, I just want to talk about a couple of the things that I did as far as like doing the bare minimum to like stay in a deficit. I'm staying right around 2,000 calories for the most part. Like the days that I tracked, yes, for sure, was like right at 2,000. Like the tracking the food part like hasn't really been that hard, but on the days where like I wasn't tracking everything, I was over it, a little of that diet fatigue stuff, I really just paid attention to snacking to make sure I just wasn't like aimlessly snacking. So like putting my attention into making well-balanced meals that had protein in it, fiber in it, flavor in it. I've been really relying on that PFF method that I've been talking about. And then, if I'm like reaching for a snack or something, or I'm just like aimlessly like grabbing something out of the fridge or the cabinet or something, I kind of just ask myself, I'm like, are you really hungry? And if I'm really hungry, I make a meal. I don't just randomly snack on things, and that's really helped out, because sometimes like I've had lunch and then in the afternoon I'm like feeling snacky, but instead of just grabbing like a bunch of chips or something, I just make a meal. And it's basically like I've been eating like early dinner or like first dinner or something like that. But that seems to work. And I also think when you plan a meal like that, you're hitting more of your nutritional basis, because like a bunch of chips, it's just adding, I don't know, carbs and fat, and there's no fiber and there's not a lot of nutrients and everything. So like making a meal, you're just getting more bang for your buck. And honestly, that has helped keep my blood sugar more steady, has kept my hunger a lot better. So like I've been just focusing on meals versus like aimlessly snacking on things. And then also just paying attention to portion size. So with this weekend, a lot of treats around here, a lot of cupcakes, we had macaroons, we've had all sorts of like fun treats. And like with those, I'm not saying no to them. I mean, I actually had, cake and ice cream for dinner last night. just felt like eating it. It was delicious. But just paying attention to portion size. So like, instead of having like a whole cupcake, like, can I eat a half a cupcake and still feel satisfied? And like a lot of times it's like so sweet and rich, you know, like things like that, yeah, half a cupcake's good. I didn't need to have, you know, the whole thing or 2 or 3 or whatever. So just paying attention to portion size has been also helpful. So I'm still doing my best to stay in that calorie deficit. And honestly, you know, it's been, you know, 11 weeks. It's getting it's getting much easier as far as eating a certain way and kind of like ensuring that I'm in that deficit. Even on the days that like I haven't been tracking, like when I started this whole thing, I was eating, you know, 2,800 calories, like definitely higher calories. And honestly, the last 11 weeks, it's been so much easier to just eat less because I've been doing it for so many weeks. So it hasn't really been too hard to like stay there. I don't know, going below 2,000 calories, my brain doesn't like it. My brain doesn't like it. And I don't know, it's not worth it. It's not worth it to lose the muscle because I just know where it's going to put me. I don't want to be under muscled. If anything, I want more muscle. I don't know. I don't know. Being like super duper lean, losing that muscle, just not what I want to do. Anyways, so the last week of this cut, I'm going to live it out. I'm going to give you guys all my stats. I'm going to finish it out. It's going to be done soon. I'm going to do what I need to do for this next week. And then honestly, I'm just done. I'm done with this cutting. I'm over it. I diet fatigue so hard. And yeah, next time I do a cut, probably do another one this time of year. I'll make sure it's shorter, like probably 10 weeks, maybe even 8 weeks. And I might even move it like a little bit sooner because now that we're in mid-June, it's getting hard with all the birthdays and celebrations, and like my birthday's coming up, Quinn's birthday, Murphy's birthday, Mal's birthday. It's been just like so many celebrations. So that's even made it kind of hard. So I think if I do it in the future, it'll be finishing maybe at the end of May or something like that. All right, so we're still trucking along. Like I said, we're seeing results on the scale. I don't feel as muscular as I used to, but hopefully this injury will get better. I'll get back at it, build back that muscle. And yeah, it'll just be super interesting to see like what the InBody says as far as muscle loss and fat loss, we'll see. But anyways, week 11, not my best, but you know, doing the bare minimum, still doing what I need to do, still seeking out protein, good sources of fiber, and yeah, just not over consuming, just doing my best to stay right around 2,000 calories. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this. Happy Monday.